Morning. How are you all doing today on this glorious day? It's good to see the sun shining in Ireland. It doesn't happen very often, but it means that maybe the weather is starting to get better. Fingers crossed. But yeah, hope you're all very well out there. And I hope you're joining me maybe for I don't know how many times you've joined me, but welcome back if you are. And if it's your first time, hello. I'm Emma and I'm from Ireland, and it's nice to meet you from wherever you're from. If you just let me know where you're from, I will say hello to you, and yeah, we can talk. You can make comments down there, okay, so feel free to make any comments about anything throughout the lesson. And it's good to have pen and paper because we will be doing some exercises. I tend to explain some topics and then give you some revision to do when I'm finished explaining the topics. So it's good for you to practice, and I hope you're doing lots of practice of English practice away from English lessons as well as like watching English movies, reading English books, the news. I hope you're reading the news in English. But yeah, I know you'll be reading the news in your own country as well, which is also really important. Okay, so today let's start off. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is will or won't. Okay, so decisions, offers, promises. Okay, and we have done will or won't doing predictions. Okay, but today we're going to we also use will or won't for decisions, offers, and promises. Okay, and then we're also going to do some verbs plus back. Okay, so let's start off with the first topic, which is will or won't. Sorry, let's move that. Make sure everything's okay here. Sorry. Okay, so will or won't. I'm sure you use it in every day, but why do you use it? Do you think to yourself, why am I using this? So let's find out why you do use it. Okay, so we often use will or won't plus infinitive verb, so don't change the verb, for making decisions, offering, and promises. Okay, so again, these are all the reasons we use will, as well as predictions, but also these today. So let me show you some examples of, well, one example here of offer. Come on, I'll help you with those bags. You're offering to help them. Okay, so that's why we're using will in this sentence. And as you can see here, I'm using the contraction. Okay, I'll help you, I'll help you. Okay, again, when you're making an offer like that, it's something you do, and it's very fast. Okay, so I wouldn't, for me to turn around and go, I will help you, it's very slow, and it's better to use contractions. And I do always say this, it is better to use contractions. Okay, especially informally it is, but if you're writing emails and things like that, it's better not to use contractions. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay guys, so let's move on. The next one is promise. Okay, I will always love you. Okay, do you make this promise to your other half? Okay, so I will always love you, and this is a promise. I will ring you tonight. Okay, you're making a promise to your friend. Okay, I'll call you even. It's another way of saying that. Okay, the next one, decision. I'm in a restaurant. The waitress comes over. The waiter comes over. Whatever. I'll have steak and chips. Okay, so that's my decision of what I want to eat. That's making a decision. Okay, so as you can see from here, we have offer, promise, and decision. These are the examples here that I have used. Okay, I'm sure you have other examples. So again, these are only my examples, so please, if you have other ones, no problem. Okay, so in the first person, okay, shall can be used instead of will, only in the first person. Okay, so to announce intentions, shall is more formal than will. For example, I shall definitely give up smoking this year. I shall. Like I said, it's really formal. Personally, I don't use this word. Okay, and maybe because I don't use it I'm not in situations where I need to use it, or really formal situations, but I can't say I do use this word. But again, it is used. Okay, so you will hear it, and you will hear people saying this word, and that's the reasoning of saying it. Okay, so guys, that is some examples of offer, promise, and decision. Okay, so let's move on. And now, guys, as always, I'm going to give you some practice. So read the dialogues with will or won't and pick a verb from the list. Okay, so you have to use the correct verb from this list. And here we have ask, help, make, not forget, not happen, and not tell. So a lot of negative, half and half basically. Okay, so remember, when we're using positive, we're using will. When we're using negative, we're using won't, okay, which is will not. So I want you to read these, okay, and I want you to choose which verb goes in with will or won't. That's all you have to do, okay? So let's look at the first one. A, please can you post this letter for me today? Don't worry, I. So which one of these will I use? Okay. Number 2, it's a secret. You're the only person who knows. It's okay, anyone. I what? Okay. Number 3, you're 20 minutes late. I'm really sorry, so you're, what are you doing here? Okay. Number 4, I've had a really long day. Don't worry, you a cup of tea. Okay, so number 5, I'm going to wash the dishes. You if you like. And number 6, I have a maths test tomorrow. Show me the book and some questions. Here we go, guys. So, let's see how you get on with this. And remember, you just need to write down the answers. Don't write the full sentence because you will get this handout after and you will have access to this. Okay, anything here. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about it. Okay, 1 minute to check in there to make sure my timer is on. Okay, so I'm not lying. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute and just think about it. And guys, don't forget, positive we use will, negative. And just as you're doing the sentences, as you're writing your answers, think about, is it an offer, is it a decision, or is it a promise? You know, just to get into your head why we are using these. Okay, yes, it's important to have them grammatically correct, but it's also important to realize why we are using these grammar tenses. Okay, and again, I don't know if you have these in your language, but maybe you can relate to them, but try never to translate from English to Portuguese, from English to Spanish, it's just, it doesn't work with grammar, guys. Vocabulary, okay, I will say that's okay, but grammar, it's just not going to work. Okay, so moving on. So the first one, please can you post this letter for me? Don't worry, I won't forget. And here, what are you doing here? You're making a promise. Okay, so don't worry, I won't forget. So you're making a promise that you won't forget to post a letter. Number 2, A says, it's a secret. You're the only person who knows. So what do you think the answer is here? Did you get this? It's okay, I won't tell anybody. You're making a promise, okay? Okay, you're 20 minutes late. I'm really sorry, it won't happen again. Another promise, okay? So you're making a promise that you won't let this happen again. Okay, next one. I've had a really long day. Don't worry, I'll make you a cup of tea. This is nice. This is offering. Okay, so you're offering to do something for somebody. I'll make you a cup of tea. The next one, I'm going to wash the dishes. And here, I'll help you if you like. So again, you're offering to help. Okay. And then the next one, I have a maths test tomorrow. Show me the book and I'll ask some questions. I'll ask. So again, we have a lot of offerings there and a lot of promises. Not so much any decisions there, okay? But again, it doesn't matter in which way the tense or the grammar is the same for all of them, okay? So just making sure that you have all the answers. How did we get on? Anybody get 6 out of 6? Let me know. Now, so just to recap, guys, on that, I'm just going to go back here. No, I'm not going to go back. I'm going to stay here. So just to recap, we use will and won't also for decisions, offers, and promises. Okay, so we're using will or won't plus infinitive and making sure we use the correct verb. Don't change the verb. Okay, so that is will or won't. Now we're going to go and talk about verb and back. Okay, so let's have a look. First one, go back. Let's see how we get on. I know there's a lot of people just don't get this one, okay? And it is a bit confusing because there's a, go back. What does this mean? If you said to me, I'm going back to my country, this means to return to a place where you were before, okay? Or to return to an earlier point in a conversation, common in meetings, okay? So let's talk about the first part here first. So we talk about to return to a place. So if I said, or if you said to me, I'm going back to Brazil, but you're in Ireland, okay? So just you're in Ireland and you're saying you're going back to Brazil, okay? If you were in Brazil, then you would say to me, coming back, okay? So just don't worry about that. Now, to return to an earlier point, again, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier in a meeting. Because sometimes, you can go off talking about things. I know I do it. You can go off talking about things and then suddenly you don't even know where you are. Okay? So, come back. To return the place where you are now again. Okay? So you go back to Brazil and then you come back to Ireland. Hurry back. To return somewhere quickly. Okay? So, I don't know if somebody were waiting for somebody and this is, I'm just going to go to the shop, you would say, hurry back. You want them to return quickly. Now let's look at the examples of these in case you're a bit confused, okay? I have some examples here for you to make it a little bit easier, okay? So, now that we've spoken everything else, okay, let's go back to discussing budgets. So this is in a meeting, okay? So let's return to our earlier conversation about budgets, okay? So I'm just letting you know we're going back to this topic, okay? I love being on holiday. Let's come back here someday. So you're talking about where you are, to return to the place where you are now. Okay? It's not go back, it's come back because you are in that particular place. The woman wants to return to the same place. So if you're sitting in Ibiza, okay, and you want to return, you would say, let's come back here next year. But you're in there, okay? Next one. I forgot my purse. I have to hurry back to the pub to get it. So you need to return quickly to the pub. I have to return to the pub quickly because I forgot my purse. Okay? There's 3. We're going to move on. Okay? Altogether, there are 9 altogether. So we're going to move on to the next page. Next one. Run back. To return somewhere by running. Okay? Give back. To return something that you have borrowed, okay? And then pay back, to return money that you have borrowed. So give back something, you pay back money. That's the difference between these two, okay? Examples. So Victoria ran back to the house because she forgot to turn off her cooker. I'm sure we've all done that, yes? After leaving, Victoria ran home because she forgot to turn off her cooker. So that should be her cooker there, okay? When are you going to give back my money I lent you? When will you return the money? Same thing, okay? I'm sorry I haven't paid back the money I owe you, okay? So you owe money. I'm sorry I haven't returned your money. So again, these are different ways of saying. So pay back the money I owe you. Okay, so when you give something to somebody, they owe it back to you. Okay, or if you borrow from somebody, you owe them. Okay? Okay guys, so I'm going to move on to the final part. And here we have call back or ring back. So to call someone who called you before, usually if you have missed their call. Okay, so you call back to somebody. Okay, write back, to respond to a message. Okay, and email back, to respond to an email. There you go. Examples. So example 1, Emily called you before, have you called her back yet? Okay, so you would not say have you called back her yet. You put her in the middle, so the pronoun goes in the middle. Okay, have you returned Emily's call is the meaning of call her back. Okay, so to call back means to return a call. The next one, I always forget to write back to my emails. So I always forget to respond to my emails. Write back, respond. Why didn't you email me back again goes in the middle. You do not say, why didn't you email back me? No. Okay, the pronoun goes in the middle. Why didn't you write to me after I emailed you? Okay, so just a few things here, okay? So just make sure call back, you put the pronoun in the middle, okay? Same with email back. Write back? No, you don't need to. Okay? So guys, that is that. There's a lot of verbs there with back, okay? And again, these are things I'm sure you do use, okay? So, let's have a look. Oh, there's more. Sorry, there's one more. Sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, so I forgot. Next one, look back. So to look behind you. So to look back is like that. When you go like that. If somebody said to you, look back, you turn around, you look back. So either in time. So you look back in time. So you look back maybe when you were a teenager. Okay, or when you were a child if you can remember. Okay. Next one, stand back. To stand further away from something, usually given as an order when something dangerous is happening. Okay, so if something has happened, maybe somebody faints, I don't know, and then you say to the people, sorry guys, stand back, please stand back. It's a good way, polite, it's polite as well. Just say stand back, because if you say move, it's not very polite. And then the next one, answer back. Okay, to answer a question in a rude way, impolite. Usually because you are angry or don't respect somebody. Answer back. Okay, so it's not very nice. Examples. Look back. There's a woman wearing a funny hat. So look back. Okay. Look behind you. Someone has a funny hat on. Stand back. There's a fire, or even a fire. So move backwards. There's a fire. When my sister and I answer back, our parents get angry. My parents get angry when my sister and I speak to them rudely. Okay, so that's not a very nice word. Sorry, yes. So, yeah, to answer back, so you would say, maybe if somebody is speaking to you very rudely, you would say to them, don't answer back. Okay, so it's not very nice. Now, we've reached the end of that. So now I'm going to get you to do some... see what you remember from all of that. There's a lot there to remember, but just let's see how you get on with these, okay? So again, just write the number, okay? And then give me the words. Now remember, you're giving the verb plus back, not just one word, it's two words. Okay? So number one, which verb means to return a call? Call, return. Number two, which verb means to return somewhere quickly? Number three, which verb means to return something you have borrowed? Remember, you take from somebody. Number four, which verb means to return money you have borrowed? This one is money, guys, okay? This one is something. Number five, which verb means to stand further away from something? What's that word? And number six, which verb means to look behind you, either in time or physically? So guys, I'm going to give you, for this one, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, okay, to think about it, because we've just done it. So I'm just going to get 2 minutes here in my timer. So let me see. Yeah. So now I'm going to give you 1 minute and 30 now, because we've wasted 30 seconds. So I just want you to go through each one and just write number one, and then the verb plus back. So they're all going to be back, okay? So you're really putting in the correct verb for each one here. Okay, so if you don't remember, just move on to the next one. Don't sit and go, oh, what is it? Just move on, because sometimes it will come back to you, okay? Sometimes things just come into your head. Okay, 30 seconds left. Okay, Right guys, if you're not finished, again, don't panic, okay, because it's not really a test, okay, it's just more practice for you. So let's move on. So here we have all the answers, okay. So which verbs means to return a call? Call back. Which verb means to return somewhere quickly? Hurry back. Number 3, which verb means to return something you have borrowed? Give back, okay. Which verb means to return money you have borrowed, so you pay back. Number 5, which verb means to stand further away from something or maybe someone, okay, so stand back is the correct one there. And number 6, which verb to look behind you, either in time or physically, okay, so which verb means should be there. So guys, which verb? Look back, okay. And remember, for that one, we also look back in time, okay? So yeah, look back in time as well as physically as well. So that's what that means, in time. Look back, as I said, when you were a teenager, or look back when you were young, okay? So that is it. Sinné, that's it in Irish. So just in case you don't know any Irish, I have said this one before, sinné. And then go row my hugget means thank you in Irish. So go row my hugget, but most importantly, thank you in English, okay? So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow we will be doing infinitive verbs, okay, with 2 plus infinitive. So we'll be focusing a lot on that tomorrow, okay? So if you've any questions on anything, on will or won't, or if you've any questions, I guess you will be getting some exercises as well, okay, so don't worry. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope the sun is shining tomorrow. Bye guys.